As you can see in my drawing, there are three main elements. The streets, the TV, obviously, and my house, home. These three concepts, I guess, recap a bit my experience with the protests. I wasn't among the people who were actually very active on the streets, and I will talk more about that later on. But I was among the people who were at home, because regionally and geographically I was a bit far from the protests, since most of them took part on the coast, on the main highway, and I was like located at Beit Shabab, so in the heart of Matan, and I was somehow away geographically from what was happening. So it all started on October 17th, when I was studying, كان عنا rendu exécution. And I was like working hard, and then everything showed up all of a sudden on TV. First of all, I thought that it was one of those protests in which that will end up like unheard or maybe irrelevant because nobody wants to hear. But in fact, it really had an impact, and you can see the level of excitement that was highlighted here. So day after day, although there were roadblocks, and we heard from the TV and from the phones and social media and so on that it was very like dangerous to go there, and the most like the nearest station, and I'm gonna call it station, the nearest place to my house where they were having protests was Mazrat Yashua, and we heard that a certain political party attacked the protests and some people were injured, including children and women. So this was among the stereotypes that allowed us to like a bit stay a bit away at the beginning. But later on, as the excitement level started to rise, we decided to go on the streets. But actually, I did not go to Beirut. I was among the few people that did not experience what it is like to go to the protests at Beirut. So the main place where we went was Zoo. This is why it was very highlighted. And another reason why we weren't at Beirut was because of maybe the psychological cloud that was a bit hiding what was happening there, or that was enabling us to, I don't know, it was something that was flu and a bit scary maybe. So we went to Zoo, and as you can see, the image that you see on TV is not the same when you go down to the streets. So it was like a trip. You can see how excited we were, my siblings and I, to go there and finally be part of the protest, because we heard a lot that if you stay home, you are not contributing, and we were willing to contribute. So it was like a dream come true when we went there. I know things we saw weren't the same as reported on TV, and I was glad that we went there and saw the reality. First of all, it started rising. People started to come back from home, so we realized that actually people were going to work and come back in the evening to protest, and there was like a sort of a concert at the end. Although some stuff that were happening weren't really common. For example, there were religious stuff, or even some political parties made their presence there, but you can see the Lebanese flags and the whole national, or the المطالب الشعبية that were a bit compacted were nearly the same. So this is my experience. Thanks.